Assessment is a very important part of teaching. It measures a student's progress over time and allows teachers to be able to learn more about their students. Students have a variety of opinions on assessment. Some of them hate them, some of them like them, and some of them could just care less. Assessment is an integral part of instruction, as it determines whether or not the goals of education are being met. Assessment affects decisions about grades, placement, advancement, instructional needs, curriculum, and in some cases, funding. Assessment inspires us to ask these hard questions. Are we teaching what we think we are teaching? Are students learning what they're supposed to be learning? Is there a way to teach the subject better, thereby promoting better learning? I asked a variety of students of all disabilities to answer this question. What comes to mind when you think about assessment?
Make no offense, and that's good enough.
I feel like tests don't really help me learn anything because I, for one, don't study, and I know a lot of people don't study. So I feel like just a lot of repetition of the subject.
To me, assessment was helpful because it helped ensure that I was comprehending everything that I was being taught by the teacher.
As a student that has a learning disability, for me, assessment means being compared to other students. Through observation or anything, I always felt like I was being compared to the normal student.
Assessment should be set into place to identify if a student needs to be challenged more or if a student needs extra support, not to put pressure or stress on a student. We want students to feel safe in school and feel free to express their knowledge in whatever way they feel comfortable. When students feel pressured, they don't perform as well and may be distracted from learning. Even though assessment is beneficial in many ways, there are some assessments people believe are not helpful for students. There are many different forms of assessment that can be used in a school setting, but one that everyone knows and comes to mind first is testing, especially standardized testing. Not only does standardized testing stress out our students, but it stresses out our teachers. Teachers already have a lot of responsibility, and testing adds to that. Many teachers don't agree with testing their students. They feel it's not beneficial to their students. This graph is the percentage of teachers that feel that the tests their students are taking are not beneficial to their learning or furthering their learning in any way. News and Features from the National Education Association surveyed 150 teachers in 2015 about testing. The results show that 70% of teachers didn't believe that the test their students were taking was appropriate. By looking into this graph and article, it seems to me that this form of testing is not benefiting students with disabilities or challenging students. And taking time out of the school day to work on material to prepare for the standardized testing, in time to actually take the test, we are losing valuable time for our students to be learning and gaining useful information. Then, time is wasted preparing for a test instead of helping a student that may need extra support or a challenge for a student. This graph shows how much time an average teacher spends preparing their students to take a test. Not only do teachers not think that the test is beneficial, but parents also don't see these tests as beneficial for their students. A quote from a parent states, "When you send your child to school, your expectation is that the school is going to teach the whole child." Unique Fountain, a public school parent in Cleveland, told PDK International, "But there's so much funding attached to testing. If we don't do as well on testing, then we're going to lose funding, which means we're going to lose teachers. So teachers are being pressured to teach the children to pass the test. Everything is just spiraled out of control." Parents feel that testing is only to help the school district, not the students gain knowledge. In this graph, we can see data about how parents disagree with testing. From this graph, we not only can see that parents don't believe it's valuable for their students, but it's not valuable for the school or teachers. This is important because if this is how people feel, then why are we still testing our students? Another way assessment is used all the time with students is for students with learning disabilities. No matter the disability, students go through countless assessments over the years. These assessments range from anything from observations to IQ tests to portfolios to one-on-one testing to interviews and so much more. This is very beneficial to students because through taking these assessments, they may qualify for services that allow them to get extra support in school and or out of school.